You think it's a game?
660 with HipHopGamer.
Yo, it's the go to the game. HipHopGamer Hot 97 is going down. Now, listen, it's not every day you get a chance to start with the big dogs right now. You know what I'm saying? So first off, we have somebody that's a poet. So that means she got bars when she speak. You understand what I'm saying? You're looking at somebody that's a producer. So she knows how to create, let you know what's going on. So that's why you got to pay attention and watch her. You know what I'm saying? Then we got somebody that's a director. So you got to understand how she takes lead, how she takes point when she wants to get her point across. You understand what I'm talking about? We also got somebody that's a three-time NAACP Image Award nominee. It's crazy right now. From the ATL, put your hands together and show your love for the one and only Lynae Vanee.
Thank you very much.
Let's go. First of all, your hair is phenomenal. You looking lit. You know what I'm saying? This is incredible. How you feeling today, and what does it mean to be a host on Revolt for you?
Yeah, I feel great. I feel great. You know, the work is hard work. It's an adjustment for sure. You know, this is platforming me to a much bigger stage than what I'm used to, but the work feels good. You know, when you're doing things that you're passionate about, it doesn't feel so much like, you know, it's taxing. But you want to get it right. You want to do it right. And, you know, I won't say I'm a perfectionist, but I like to make sure that I'm doing my very best. Every effort I give is my best. So, you know, that's the thing, just refining and getting it to the point where it needs to be.
Facts. Nah, that's incredible to hear. And I want to stay in that pocket too. Okay. So culturally, right, there's so many things that you talk about. There's so many things that you care about, that you speak on the People's Brief. So my question to you is the passion that you have. At what point in your life did you begin to care about the very passion that you speak on today?
Yeah, I've been in love with Black people all my life. Super big Black history buff. I was a social studies kid. Everybody else might have been bored with class, but I love that kind of stuff. The more that I saw of my people, I mean, the thing about it is when you're in the regular education system, you see the same people over and over again. So I had to go do some looking and searching of my own of different figures in Black history. But honestly, I would say it's when I finally went to go get my master's degree that I saw that it's not just about individual people, that it's about movements, that it's about continuous efforts of resistance over time and just the multiplicity of things that we're capable of as a people. And I really just wanted to, you know, I had to pay $25,000 to get that education. So I wanted to make it free. I wanted to make the things that I was being empowered by and enlightened by, I want to give that out and communicate it in a way that wasn't so boring. You know, that did attract not even just young people, but old people too. And I'm just grateful to have been successful in that because people of all ages watch my content and tell me they learn something new every time I speak. So.
Now that's fire. I love the way you broke that down. So one thing I want to ask you is, see me, I'm a professional gamer, right? Okay. So my question to you is, have you had conversations at all, like with your team, about how you could take your passion and your skill set and bring it into the gaming world and bring it into the gaming industry? Have you thought about that? And the reason I'm asking is because your content is so important. So if we had an interactive medium of what you do and speak about, yo, it's all the way up on a whole nother level. Break that down to me. Let me know your thoughts about that. And like even growing up, did you play like any video games? You know what I'm saying? Do you got any gaming history? Talk to me. Like, so
I played a Nintendo, you know what I'm saying? A Nintendo. Sorry.
Yeah, Nintendo. Got the Switch 2 right here. Let's get it.
Super Mario Brothers was probably the game that I played the most. I had a little Game Boy. My parents would get me the little cartridges for that as well. So, you know, I played a video game here and there. My big brother, he had all of the Zelda, the whole Donkey Kong, all of those things. Yeah, that was his shtick. For me, though, I don't want to give away too much, but I'm cooking on something serious. But what I will say is one of my favorite games, it came in CD-ROM form. And I don't know if you're going to be able to level with me on this one. But it was Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego.
Wow! Oh my God! Yo, I gotta meet you in person. You don't understand what this means to me. So
what?
I gotta meet you in person. Carmen Sandiego, that's crazy. So let me tell you something right now, just so you can know. And I know this may mean a lot to you too, because I know you big on on speaking up, especially for Black females and just Black people in general when it comes to your passion. So my grandmother, you know, rest in peace, she's the one who taught me how to play video games when I was 4 years old, and now it's officially my career as well. So like my source came from something and someone that you are extremely passionate about when it comes to movements. So like this is, oh my gosh, yo. This is thick. So we gotta talk more about that, because it, like, just talking to you and seeing the people's brief, there could be literally a Fortnite version of the people's brief. Like these are things that we could do. We'll talk. We'll definitely talk. So now my next question I want to ask you, and also this is like very interesting to me. So one of your episodes, you talked about the George Floyd situation, and you know what happened. You know, like there was change in a moment, but what stopped? And then you also had an episode where you spoke about the food and the farmers and things of that nature. So within those episodes, you got a chance to speak to so many people. Yeah. In your opinion, through conversation, what do you feel like could be a different type of answer or a different type of approach that we could take collectively to make the change that we want to see? Or is it a situation where we had the conversation, but we still don't have a solution?
Yeah, I mean, I think you said the word in your question. It has to be collective. You know, I've been able to be in conversation with a lot of really dope people who are doing work on the ground right now. And what we see is our government continuing to say no to the things that we're asking for and doing a whole bunch of things we didn't ask for. And so many people are suffering from it. So we got to get back to creating like these mutual aid networks, like being in partnership with one another and providing one another with the resources that we need. So like when I had the conversation, when I had the episode with the farmers, I didn't just go to that farm and shoot content. We had conversations about how we can help one another, even just down to talking about how he's got chickens and they have eggs and they're selling eggs and their price of eggs don't go up to the people in their neighborhood because they always got their chickens, you know, things like that. And so it's stuff that we don't necessarily think about, or things that we don't think are important to our everyday, that we have to get back to the basics on if we're going to be able to rely on things outside of what has become convenient. Because if you notice, all the things that have become convenient are now either like wrapped up in controversy or funded things we don't want them to fund and all this stuff. So that's one of the ways that we take our power back for sure.
Wow. So now something that like moved me about you is the fact that you have a cool way of bringing in people for important conversations, regardless of, you know, the walks of life. That right there to me is a skill that I don't think is taught. You know what I'm saying? I think either you got it or you don't. You know what I mean? So that's something that's very beautiful about your skill set. What I want to ask you is, have you thought about getting in even bigger positions to be able to change legislations and change laws? Is that like something that you feel is on that journey of yours, and these are just stepping stones to get there? And if so, how can us as people and supporters of you help you get there? Because for me, I see you potentially, I mean, I'm not sure if this is what you want, but I can see you actually becoming the president of the United States. I can see that. So what's your thoughts on, I'm dead. Yo, I'm serious. Yo, that's why I'm asking you these questions, because I truly believe that in like, you know, 5 to 10 years, we look back at interviews like these and be like, these are the stepping stones that led to you being sworn in. So talk to me about that. Like, do you see yourself in that space?
I don't. I don't. And the thing about it is, it's because I'm such a creative and an artist. And it's funny because I think I'm one of those people that uses just as much as the left side of their brain as the right side of their brain. And there's something in the political space that I think would really severely stunt not just my growth, but my ability to give back. Like they say when you want to learn about a period of time, you look at its art, and you still have to have the people who are witnesses to everything that's going on. So I think the path that I'm on is going to allow me to be in league with a lot of the greats. It's going to allow me to be standing up there next to or beside somebody who's being sworn in at one point. But I do have to distance myself just enough to be able to be creating the things like the video games, like the shows, like the graphic novels, whatever, what have you, to like be recording this moment. And also, as you just said, I have a cool way of disseminating the information. There's a lot of focus required to be in these seats. You got to have your hand on so many things and be locked in to make sure you're doing the job correctly. And my gift and my talent, as you said, it's not something that can be taught necessarily. A skill that I was blessed with is translating the things. So I really think that's my lane. At least that's all God's revealed to me so far. I haven't made it to 35 yet. That's when you are old enough to run for president. So I don't know if anything will change by then. But right now, I think I'm seated firmly where I'm supposed to be, and that's taking it in, being close to the sources, taking it in, and then remixing and translating it to get to people. You know? Wow,
that's powerful, man. I'm telling you. And like literally, like, yo, Lynae, just real talk, like every time you speak, I don't just hear you, but I feel the conviction. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? No matter how you deliver the message, it's always truth in the underlying tone. So just thank you for real. Like, that's crazy. So now what I want to ask is, and I had this conversation plenty of times with different people before. So a lot of times when people are on a mission, they come to a point in a road where they have to decide whether they're available to be brought or if they remain being in a situation where they're not for sale. So my question to you is, I know a lot of times in the process of building, everybody could be ready to that revolution, ready to push. And then there comes a point in time where the dollar is money. And then collectively, things start to fall apart. My question to you is, and with people that you work with or people that you may inspire to work with, how do you get to a point where you are strong enough to not be brought? Where, you know what I'm saying? Like, in your opinion, what needs to happen or what needs to be taught so that money can't buy the decision to break away from the mission?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot of things. Something I used to say early on, when people ask me this question, I just used to quote Cat Williams: you got to be in tune with your star player. You just got to be locked in to who you are on the inside, and you got to know who you are on the inside. So it takes some trial and error. It takes some rejection. It takes some, wearing the ugly outfit outside until you find your fashion sense. It takes it just takes a lot of effort to get in tune with yourself. And once you're in tune with yourself and you stay committed to that in integrity, like, nobody can buy you. I say often, my faith is very important to me. It keeps me grounded. I know who my provider is, and he's shown me over and over again that he will provide for me. So there's no amount of money that can get me to do anything that is outside of what he's called me to do. And I say that often, even when it comes down to, I know money can't buy me because comments can't. There's so many people who want you to believe a certain thing or say a certain thing or attack you when you say something that they don't agree with. But I'm not responsible to anybody but my calling. And so when you get to know your inner star player and you get to understand your purpose and your calling and you stay committed to that, it makes it easy. It makes it easy to stick to your values. I'm not saying it makes it easier to just, go through life, because I did take the long route. I did take the hard way out to wait on an opportunity that was like the one Revolt presented to me, which is where I get to maintain creative control, where the team is in service to my ideas and my vision, where I get to have a producer credit, where I get to bring on the people who've been riding with me for the parking lot, So you definitely have to be grounded. I think the only thing that can be taught, you got to find your own way to be connected and in tune, but you do have to have that grounding. I'm not saying that my faith has to be anybody else's, but if you're not an understanding that this is bigger than you and you got to answer to something bigger than you, it's going to swallow you every time because you think you got it. My biggest thing in my personal journey that I fought against is trying to be in control of everything. And now I'm at a point where I don't want control. I've completely released it. I'm going with the flow. I told God, I said, I don't never have to see for myself again. You got it. Ball out. So that's where I'm at with it.
This is all right. So I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you.
Okay.
So, like, every time I do interviews, there's nothing pre-thought. I just want to let you know, like, I don't have no pre-questions and nothing like that. Like, everything with me, I allow my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to flow with it, like, to give me what I need, and then we do it, because that's the only way it's gonna be real, for real. So I want, I got crazy more questions for you, but before we get to the next questions, I just got a statement for you. So to wrap it up, whether you're revisiting classics or diving into new adventures, there's always something fresh in the world of gaming. Remember to stay true to your roots and keep gaming for real. This is the GOAT of the game, Hip Hop Gamer, signing off from the 660. And remember, character is your currency. We out of here. Peace.